In this video, I'm going to share an esoteric teaching, an ancient, magical, spiritual, mystical teaching that's going to help you understand that you are God, creator, or conscious universe manifested as a higher self, pretending to be just human. I'm hoping to help you understand that your entire reality is like a virtual reality simulation, that you are the player pretending to be the character, and that your entire reality is a reflection of you. I have never taught this material in a compact, efficient way like this before, so I'm going to do my best to help you understand it in the most efficient way possible. I encourage you to watch this video a couple of times. If this material lands for you and you're not really sure how to integrate it, if you watch this a couple of times, hopefully it'll help. So again, I'd like you to imagine that your entire reality is like a highly advanced virtual reality simulation, like a video game. That you are the player pretending to be the character, but that your character is not really who you are. So I'm not really Ricky Goodall. That's just the character I'm pretending to be in the game. Who I really am is the player pretending to be Ricky Goodall. And at an even higher level, I am God, creator, conscious universe, the source, manifested as the higher self or the player pretending to be Ricky Goodall. And here's how we can understand that. So first of all, let's think about your reality. So let's think about the game world, the actual universe right here. The entire universe can be broken down into four very basic concepts. These are called the four states of matter: fire, water, air, and earth, which represent the state of matter known as plasma, the state of matter known as liquid, the state of matter known as gas, and the state of matter known as matter. So this symbol, Yud He Vav He, or the Tetragrammaton, represents the four states of matter. The entire universe is broken down into these four states of matter. Everything is broken down into plasma, liquid, gas, and matter. This ancient symbol helps us understand the garden, or our universe, or heaven on earth. Yud He Vav He is a name, one of the names of God, that applies specifically to the manifested universe. This symbol, known as the Tetragrammaton, is the four symbols of the elements combined together to create one symbol, the hexagram or the six-pointed star. You have the upward pointing triangle for fire, the downward pointing triangle for water, the upward pointing triangle with a line through it for air, and the downward pointing triangle with a line through it for earth. This represents the four elements: fire, water, air, earth, and so much more that I won't get into in this video. Down here we have another symbol. This is called the Pentagrammaton, or the pentagram, and this represents five basic concepts: fire, water, ether, air, and earth. So now we have a fifth element known as ether. Now we might argue that the entire universe is broken down into fire, water, ether, air, and earth, but we don't really experience ether because it's an unmanifested element. It exists below the manifested world. So the ancient people used another symbol to represent these five concepts, the Pentagrammaton, which is also broken down into fire, water, ether, air, and earth. So this point represents the element fire, this point represents the element water, this point represents the element ether, this point represents the element air, and this point represents the element earth. This symbol represents your 5D higher self. This symbol can be known to represent your 7D God, creator, or conscious universe. 7th dimension God, creator, or conscious universe. 5th dimension higher self. And then down here we have the 3-dimensional character, or ego. You are the player, or the higher self, pretending to be the character, all as a manifestation of God, creator, or conscious universe. So we are the character, we are the player pretending to be the character inside of the universe, inside of our own personal experience of the universe. And so the ancient people had a special name they used for this higher self. They took these 5 Hebrew letters, Yud, He, Shin, Vav, He, and they combined them together to create one word, Yeshua, the anointed one, the Messiah, the chosen one, the higher self. Lots of different interpretations of what this name means. Yud, He, Shin, Vav, He is the 5 elements: fire, water, ether, air, and earth. Remember, your entire reality and your body, your character, is broken down into these 5 elements. As within, so without. These elements are a reflection of those elements. And I'll tell you why that's important. Because there's a secret teaching behind these 5 elements and this special star. And that secret teaching is that these elements represent different dimensions of our consciousness. Fire represents our spiritual dimension, or our spiritual body. Water represents our emotional dimension, or our emotional body. Air represents our mental dimension or mental body. Earth represents our physical dimension or our physical body. And then ether represents our human or individual consciousness. So this spiritual body, emotional body, mental body, physical body, and consciousness are our 5 dimensions of our being. Now the trick is, when your bodies are healthy, then you create a world that matches that. You create a resonance or a harmony with your external reality, and you and your reality become one. But if your dimensions or your bodies are not healthy, then you create dissonance, and then your reality reflects that dissonance. Your spiritual body, represented by the fire element, affects the fire in the universe. Your water body, or your emotional body, represented by the water element, affects the water in the universe, in your universe, I should say. The air element, or the mental body, affects the air element in the universe, and your physical body, or the earth element, affects the earth element in the universe. As within, so without. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal reality. Your external reality, Yud He Vav He, the garden, the universe, is a reflection of your internal reality. Yud He Shin Vav He, your higher self plus your programming. All of your childhood programming, all of the pain, all of the trauma, all of the guilt, all of the resentment, all of the shame, all of it is stored inside of your dimensions. Your fears are stored inside of your fire body, your spiritual body. Your emotions are stored inside of your emotional body. Your beliefs, thoughts, and language habits are stored inside of your mental body. Your toxins, your attention, your pain is stored inside of your physical body. And then your unity or duality consciousness is stored inside of your ether element, your consciousness or your ethereal body. This is who you pretend to be. This is who you really are. And this is your reality. You are creating your reality as a reflection of you based on the programming stored inside of your elements or inside of your 5 dimensions, your body. Your reality, Yud He Vav He, the universe, the manifested world, manifests as a reflection of the programming in your 5 bodies. When you clean the programming in your 5 bodies and you allow your 5 bodies to resonate in harmony with one another, you become the one true higher self. Yeshua instead of the ego, the Christ self, the Buddha self, the higher self, the God self, whatever you want to call it. When you cleanse yourself, when you purge yourself, when you heal yourself, when you correct your misaligned programming, when you confess your sins, when you learn to fully love every aspect of yourself, the darkness and the light, then your elements begin to resonate as one single element, and they become Yeshua. They become one with God, creator, or conscious universe. Your manifested reality and your ultimate reality become one together, and then your 3D, 5D, and 7D self merge, and you get to experience life as God, creator, or conscious universe manifested as a higher self, rather than the higher self manifested as a character. You get to transcend your character or your ego. You get to correct the misaligned false programming that keeps you stuck in this false identity, and you get to resonate with your true self, which is an unlimited, unconditionally loving, powerful beyond measure being that can create your reality how you desire it to be. The word desire comes from Latin roots to mean from the Father. And it's believed in these ancient traditions that your dreams and desires are not yours. They've been given to you as present so that you can serve them with your energy, with your time, with your passion, with your inspiration. Our dreams and desires have been given to us from a higher power so that we can follow that path and live a life of happiness, fulfillment, and bliss. When we're aligned with our true, authentic, higher self, life begins to work out magically. Everything begins to manifest the way we want it to. When we choose to let go of the limitations and the prison that the ego has created for ourselves, when we choose to purge the pain and the shame and the guilt and the resentment and the fear and the lack of self-worth, when we purge all of that and we cleanse ourselves, we become one with everything. And that's when the magic really begins. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this, I'm releasing 2 books in the next couple of months called The Way of the Garden, Volume 1, A Hero's Journey from the Human to the Higher Self, and The Way of the Garden, Volume 2, A User's Guide to the Holographic Matrix. You can find a link to the waiting list for those books in the link of this in the description of this video. And I would love to know, how does this material resonate with you? How does it land for you? Does it make sense? I try to do it with under 10 minutes and I've got 5 seconds left. So let me know in the comment section below, how did this material land for you?